evening, everyone. My name is Sebastian Boots, and I am the proud instructor of this wonderful percussion ensemble. Let's give it up for them one more time. I would also like to recognize a very special person in the audience tonight, the composer of that last piece, Jessica Flanagan. Let's give it up for her. Jessica is a St. Charles local, actually, and when I heard this piece, I was just so just inspired and intrigued by the creativity behind it. What we do in Percussion Ensemble as chamber percussionists is we always go after new sounds and textures and timbral, experiments, and to put 18 cymbals together in one piece, I just thought was so neat. So thank you, Jessica, for adding that to our repertoire. This next piece is a classic you all will know from the 1938 film The Wizard of Oz, made famous by Judy Garland, Over the Rainbow. And a few years ago, it was adapted for solo marimba. In fact, if you came to our percussion ensemble concert, I think last year, Matthew played it as a marimba solo at the time, and then we got our hands on the percussion ensemble arrangement that came out shortly thereafter. And so we thought we'd play it again with the full group. It's really neat how it kind of just adds so much more ambiance from another marimba and two vibraphones and some extended techniques with bows. So without further ado, here is Over the Rainbow. We have a couple additions to the program tonight. We decided to feature a couple soloists as well. So we're getting set for the next piece. I want to introduce Jimmy Nicewander, who's going to perform a marimba solo titled Barcelona, after the Spanish city in Spain. This is one of the standards in our repertoire, and as students in the College of Arts and Humanities here with music, they're able to take ensemble, chamber music, large ensemble, and also private lessons. So Jimmy's been working in percussion lessons this semester and been working on some four-mallet technique, and so we're excited to feature this four-mallet marimba solo as soon as we get set. So this is Jimmy Nicewander and Barcelona. Next up is a beautiful marimba quartet from Stille Nacht, Silent Night by Franz Gruber, adapted for marimba quartet by Nathan Daughtry. If you all joined us for our holiday concert 2 days ago, you saw this group perform it in our Lindenwood Theater right next door. And it's just been so much fun putting this together. We've had a week of very busy week of concerts this week, and encourage you all to keep looking out on our box office schedule for next semester. We generally have concerts like this whole week at the end of the semester with wind ensemble, choirs, jazz combos, and percussion ensemble, of course, as you all know. And this year we did a really special collaborative concert with 6 of our ensembles on Tuesday, and that was the holiday concert, and I'm hoping we'll continue that as a tradition. It was a lot of fun. And they just did a terrific job adding this to the mix. So oh good, I'm glad they brought the Santa hats. That's awesome. Please enjoy Silent Night. Absolutely beautiful. And here's our second addition to the program. We have one more solo for you tonight. This is a solo for marimba by Pius Chung, titled Etude in E minor. And Pius Chung is a virtuoso marimba player, marimba performer. And interestingly about him, he was a pianist before coming to percussion and marimba. And he always just felt more grounded and more centered when he would sit on a piano stool. So whenever he performs marimba, interestingly, he has an organ bench or some sort of bench that he travels around with, and he's always like sitting down and playing and somehow reaches this entire 5-octave spread of marimba. And it's quite fascinating. So just a unique thing about Pius. But this is just a really beautiful piece that Pius wrote in, I think, grad school when he was at the University of Michigan. And he was very self-conscious about his composition, about his writing, and his teacher would just tell him, or Pius brought this to him thinking this was awful music and it's just garbage, and his teacher was like, write what speaks to you and don't worry about what people think of it, and that gave him confidence to write this piece. So this is Matthew Hinkle performing Etude in E minor. So our next piece, while we have a little bit of a setup change, our next piece is called Second Thoughts, and it's written for, you heard me say in the beginning, after Simplify, that I really enjoy new sounds and new textures and just things to hit as percussionists. I should stand in the light, I'm sorry. Sorry, Austin, I'll keep moving around on you. This one's written for floor toms, great, we have that for our drum set, and sawhorses and boom whackers. And I thought to myself, where in the world, it's a cool piece, it kind of like reminded me of Blue Man Group, if any of you all have seen them play. But I thought to myself, where in the world are we gonna get, we had boom whackers from our music education courses, but I didn't know where we would find sawhorses. And then one day I was just walking in the building, and our lovely neighbors right next door, our theater shop, have like 25 of these sawhorses out for all the theater sets that they build. And so I was delighted that they were okay with us borrowing some for our concert today. So we have our full setup with boom whackers and sawhorses for Second Thoughts. This next piece is written by Ivan Trevino. It's called 2300 Degrees. It's pretty hot. And I love that he included some program notes in his composition that I thought I would read you all, because it's, I don't know, it's just really interesting, I think, when composers tell a little bit more about what inspired their pieces. So Ivan writes, in the glass-blowing art world, 2300 degrees is the temperature at which glass gets interesting. I learned this at Corning Museum of Glass, where I participated in a Music Plus Glass event. Watching a glass-blowing team work together to shape glass into art is beautiful, but for me, the large-scale feeling of tension and release is by far the most exhilarating part. Forming and manipulating molten glass in a high-pressure situation that can be dangerous for the artist and their team, and one mistake can completely alter or ruin the art piece. When you add a live audience, the level of drama is amplified even further. When an art piece is completed, it is a joyous moment, a true release of tension for both the team and the audience watching. With 2300 degrees, I wanted to create the same feeling through music, one that would put both the performers and the audience on edge. This piece features a stream of constant rhythms weaved together via polymetric ideas. In addition, there are moments where performers simultaneously share each other's instruments or perform on a marimba while also playing crotales. The end result is the most relentless, technically challenging duo I have ever written. And with that, here is two fantastic percussionists playing 2300 degrees. amazing. Invite the band up for the last tune. I'd love to do some collaborations with the rest of the music program whenever possible. Maybe you all were here a couple semesters ago as we featured the dance studio, and this year we are happy to feature Alyssa Harry, who is one of our graduating seniors, and Teddy Luque, who is also a graduating senior. Teddy plays bass and Alyssa plays saxophone. And we're also, here they come, joined by Chi-Chi on saxophone, yeah, and Hannah Kimbrough on keys, and Garrett Sherman on drum set. So Alyssa came to me at the beginning of the semester just really eager to play, to collaborate with Percussion Ensemble in a Latin setting. She performed this on her recital last night, actually, and it was killer awesome, Mambo Influenciado. And so I thought why not have another go at it on the Percussion Ensemble concert? So if you feel moved, please clap. You know, this is jazz, so they are just feeding off of our energy. And if you'd like to dance or get up and play some instruments, feel free as well. Yeah. Before we get started, I'd like to thank, of course, the Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities, Kathy Vosevich, and all of her wonderful support for what we do in music here. I'd like to thank my wonderful colleagues, and especially Adam Donahue, leader of our production team, for all of their hard work getting the sound, and Austin Van Winkle, our lighting director. Thank you so much for all you do. It adds so much to our concerts. I'd like to thank these marvelous, inspiring students. I say this every semester, but it really blows me away that they come from all different majors, right? And I like to highlight that on our programs, that we have majors from criminology, game design, music business, digital art, paramedicine, communications, and they have one thing in common, and that is their love for music and to come play chamber music together, and that keeps me going every single day. So thank you all for inspiring me and for doing everything you do. This is Mambo Influenciado.